तानि सर्वाणि संयम्य युक्तः आसीत् मत्परः वशे हि यस्येन्द्रियाणि तस्य प्रज्ञाप्रतिष्ठिता. One who restrains his senses and fixes his consciousness upon me is known as a man of steady intelligence. Two things are there. Generally many people try to control the senses. We have so many examples. Last time we discussed this point, Vishwamitra, and also we discussed the story of Durvasa. Durvasa unnecessarily got agitated and Ambarish Maharaj defeated him. You also read the Bhagavatam story. And defeated it, this and not that. But in the eyes of the Lord, Prabhupada says, devotee, don't try to get any powers. All the powers of Krishna are behind a devotee. The yogi tries to go to the forest, get some powers. But for a devotee, complete protection of the Lord is there. Just like Prabhupada says, Krishna can lift a mountain to protect a devotee. All powers are behind Krishna is there. Durvasa Muni, we know that came unnecessarily got envious of Ambarish Maharaj, and for a small thing wanted to kill him with a demon. And the Sudarshana of the Lord in the palace got up, destroyed the demon. Durvasa ran for a good time, for 1 year time, to Brahma, Shiva, finally Narayana. Even Narayana refused to help him. And finally what happened? He fell at the feet of Ambarish Maharaj to forgive him. And that's a good example. So anyway, so this is a devotee's practice of Krishna consciousness is easy. Directly trying to control senses without engaging in Krishna's service is impossible. Therefore we say, morning we are discussing Bhaya, Dutiya, Anuveshita. Moment we are not in Krishna consciousness, be ready for a fearful condition. Either fearful condition is already there or it is about to come. Because any contemplation other, that's what the next shloka will show. Dhyayate Vishya Pumsa Sangastesha Vijayate Sangat. Because any contemplation other than Krishna will have some material objects, they will capture your consciousness, and then you are gone. Nunam pramata kurute vikarma yate indriya pritya. So anyway, this shloka we have discussed. Today I thought I will talk about something. But this is clear on the shloka. Restrain your senses, not only control, fix it on Krishna. You have to do these two things together. Many people they chant very nicely Hare Krishna, but then we are not Shuddha Bhakta, we are not in Raga Mula Bhakti. The mind does attract us to sense object. We think that I'm chanting Hare Krishna. No, you have to do that also. That is also service. To keep sense objects away from senses. In the neophyte stages that we are in. So we should take rectification, and sometimes we see we are succumbing, then we say, okay, mistakes everybody makes. Now what should I do? Doesn't happen again. Okay? Just like doctor takes all the precaution, but he went somewhere. Now some doctors got Ebola in South Africa. Ebola is a disease. Is the correct pronunciation? So they are not trying to understand what way that it has spread, which we were not knowing. What precaution was not taken. Now they have a guideline. They are improving the guideline in America because they are sending their doctors. We are not sending from India. They are sending their doctors, and they got the Nobel Prize for that. No, isn't it? They are sending their doctors to fight because there are no doctors. It will spread like anything. But the doctors are coming back. Some of the doctors and nurses are coming back. And one of the nurses from Europe or America, they die also. It's a dangerous disease. So anyway, it's a service. You have to appreciate. Now the point is the same way, we also the devotee are working in this world and trying to first thing stay also in Krishna consciousness and do some preaching. Sometimes we feel the consciousness is embarrassed for mental energy. You now sit down. Where did I do a mistake? Just like a doctor's. You have to be excellent. The best vaccination is be constantly in Krishna consciousness. That's what. At the same time, see, the senses are kept away from sense object because you are in a sadhika. That's that. And Prabhupada uses this very nice word. He says, because Ambarish Maharaj story I told last time, I don't repeat, something I'll tell this time. I thought every time if I get an opportunity, tell about one body of Vaishnava Acharya. Even Mayapur trip, or even this trip, Srirangam trip. Srirangam trip is coming on what date? 23rd. What is this Sunday?
Sunday.
So the date is how much? 3rd? 4th. 11, 18. 18 afternoon. We will have orientation for the trip. So I want people to know who is Ramanujacharya before they land up there. and the here and there. Similarly, Mayapur trip, before that also, maybe 1 or 2 Sundays, we should orient about who's Lord Chaitanya and who are the Acharyas, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Otherwise, there is no time when you visit their places. You visit the house of Bhaktivinoda Thakur and don't know who is it. Not even, at least there is Chand Kazi place, they don't know who is Chand Kazi. At least we refresh ourselves. So when we go there, we are really eager to see those places. So today I can just talk about one personality called Baladev Vidyabhushan. Okay, I just got this. This is the body of history. This is Baladev Vidyabhushan. Baladev Vidyabhushan is a very great personality. Prabhupada says one of the acharyas in the Mat Paraha. He comments on why does he comment on Baladev Vidyabhushan? Look at the A great scholar in the Acharya in the line of Madpara remarks Madbhakti Parahena Sarvendriya Vijaya Purvaha Swatma goes on. The senses can be completely controlled only by the strength of devotion service to Krishna. And we spent one full class on the strength of devotion to Krishna. You can control yourself. The sense that you feel, sense that this will increase your strength of devotion service. Means your intensity of devotion service. Definitely you will get Krishna's mercy. You cannot directly control the senses. The intensity, your eagerness to serve Krishna, your output of service, increase that. Definitely your chanting quality, your reading quality, and your service quality. And your desire to please Krishna, increase that. You see senses run away. The disturbance runs away. That's the area. We spent full class on that. The class you can see on YouTube. Now the point comes here is that who is this Baladev Vidyabhushan? Let us know something about him. Otherwise we don't know this person. Baladev Vidyabhushan originally was a part of the Madhva line, where we go Udupi. He comes on that line originally. And later he travels to Jagannath Puri. There he takes shelter of one of the Acharya in the line of Nityananda Prabhu. It's all given. He takes shelter on the line of Nityananda Prabhu, some Radha Damodar Goswami, somebody, one of the acharyas to be that time. And then he gets initiated into Gaudiya Vaishnava. And he comes to Vrindavan, and there he takes shelter of Krishnadas, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. That's all. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So also many acharyas there. Now, very interesting thing happens. So even though he was on the Dvaita line previously, we are also Dvaita line, but this generally the devotion to Radha Krishna is not there. Therefore you see in Udupi only they worship Krishna, they don't know about Radha. They don't know actually. You ask anybody there, who's Radha? We don't know. Radharani is the dearmost devotee of Krishna, but it is not revealed to Madhvacharya. Because Madhvacharya primarily his work was to Dvaita. Tattvavadi. The main was the Khandan of the Advaita Tattva. So they are even now trained. They are always ready for Tattva, Vada. They are ready for Vada. That is their service and it's okay. But he did not elaborate on something very confidential about Krishna, is Krishna's eternal consort Radharani. So what happened when he came there and he met the disciples of Lord Chaitanya, he got initiated into this Gaudiya Vaishnava. And he took shelter of that. And then what happened, he was in Vrindavan. Once in another sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya, we know there. They have a branch called Ramanandi. Now, there was a place in Jaipur where the king was there. The king was also in this line, but somehow it had a Gaudiya Vaishnava line. I think his wife got married to a Sri Vaishnava or something. Ramanandi is not married, sorry. Took shelter of Ramanandi, she was initiated. And through her they put pressure that while you are worshipping the Ramanandis, Radha Krishna together. Because Goviji deity had gone to Jaipur, which is chief deity of Vrindavan. So like that they started saying all those things. And it became to such an extent, they put such a pressure, Radha Krishna was separated. Was it there? And then the Gaudiyas, Vaishnavas there, they said, they argued vehemently with a lot of evidence from the scripture and all. They said, no, we don't accept. So they immediately sent for the chief, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, who was leading that line there in Vrindavan. Please help us here, they have separated Radha and Krishna. So he was very old, those time you have to go by walking only, he can't make the journey. He tells Baldev Vidyabhushan, you go. So Baldev Vidyabhushan goes and he argues, my God, people faint. He was a ferocious scholar. Already was a great Sanskrit scholar. Already he knows all the tattva. On top of it, he has taken shelter of Radha Krishna. They are stuck actually. But Tattvavadis have one point now. Where is your bhashya? Because all the sampradayas, Madhvad have a bhashya written by Madhvacharya, Ramanujas have a bhashya, Shiva Vaishnava, or written by Ramanujacharya called Shiva Bhashya. All the four acharyas have four bhashya in the four Vaishnava lines. Even Shankaracharya also his bhashya, Sharika. But where is the bhashya? But actually, because it happens in our parampara, Prabhupada explains, we come from that. That is the Purvacharyas. Krishna, Brahma, Narada, Vedavyasa, we come from Vedavyasa's line. There is no need for us to write a bhashya. Vedavyasa is already written. Srimad Bhagavatam, we accept that. There is no need for us to, do something that Purvacharya has already done. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not needed. That's spotless Purana, that is our bhashya. There are certain times when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu debated with Sarva Bhattacharya and Prakashananda Saraswati. He commented on the Vedanta Sutra. That is there. Elaborate commentation is there. But overall, a bhashya was not written. So this became a technical point. They said that will not allow you to worship Radha Krishna. Support it by a bhashya. Where is your bhashya? Current bhashya. Not old, so many people wrote. Now you show bhashya. Like all acharyas wrote, why you not? They made a point of that, even though they are philosophically defeated. So it's just like you give a bhashya or get out. And they said 18 days time. Baldev Vidyabhushan to write a bhashya, 18 days. Now there are only 555 sutras, but it's not easy. They are so sucking to explain them, you have this much big bhashya. So Baldev Vidyabhushan, what is like, not a mental anxiety, it's a spiritual anxiety. What will I do now? 18 days, just 18 days, bring your bhashya. So there was no bhashya, we have to write it. He sat down in the Govindji temple and he prayed to the Govindji and took rest there. So the deity appeared in his dream and he said, don't worry, write a bhashya. Sit down to write, I'll dictate it. Therefore he begins the bhashya. I don't know if I can get to that line. He begins the bhashya with that line. There's one more line. He begins the bhashya in the line where he thanks the deity. The first shloka, the invocation is that I am thanking the deity Govinda because he is going to dictate it. That is, here it is. Vidya Rupa Bhushanam Me Pradaya Katim Nitya Tena Yo Mumudaraha Shri Govinda Swapna Nirdishta Vasho Radha Madhu Bandhanuragaha Sab Jiye. Mehu, who is so mercifully and munificently, was kind towards me and bestowed me his favor by ordering me in a dream to write down his own commentary, which he would compose, and which attained such renown among the learned circles that they bestowed upon me the title Vidyabhushan. May that dear friend of Srimati Radharani, who holds him dearer than her own life, be glorified. May that Shri Govinda be glorified. That is this invocation. In fact, when he wrote that, people said his Vidyabhushan title he got. So, before his presentation, I think he wrote this first line, then he sang it. And people were struck with wonder and Radha Krishna worship started. So this is Baladev Vidyabhushan, not ordinary. A very great Acharya. In fact, this Madhpara Acharyas, the line is full of. We have Vishnuvar Chakravarti Thakur, we have Baladev Vidyabhushan, we have Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. All Acharyas, so learned and so devoted, so pure. Therefore, this line is glorious. It's not that somebody was just a great scholar. And another thing, if you note, is this parampara. Where is this Diksha, whom he took Diksha? He take a Diksha in Madhva Sampradaya here, then took shelter of Vishnuvar Chakravarti Thakur. Therefore, our parampara is a Siksha parampara. Because the knowledge is going down, that channel is important. see that channel is important. This is very interesting. Generally in any sampradayas and all, they more on the ritual diksha, it becomes everything is fixed there. It's not there here. You see most of the people, it is not like that. In fact, when Bhaksana Prabhupada presented the parampara, he has washed away, ignored all this predominant focus on diksha. He has. Even Madhvacharya, we say, I don't think Madhvacharya, the line, they don't show through Vedavyasa, they go through Hamsa. And they go line, and then it goes through Hamsa or something. As far as I saw in one of the books. What is it? Vedavyasa? What is it? Main thing is who gave the knowledge. Admission you may take in, say, Father Mughal College, but if you went to take adult classes from other college, you are the student of that college, not that college. So similarly, he might have taken admission in Madhva Sampradaya here, and finally took shelter of Nityananda Prabhu disciple there, and finally he took shelter of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So Parampara, his name comes Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Baldev Vidyabhushan. Correct? I think two people named there, Baldev Vidyabhushan. But anyway, that's sometimes common people also. So it's very interesting actually. It's a revolution in the way Parampara is written. Nowhere you will see Parampara written like that. They say they who gave in the fire yagna the diksha. No, who gave the knowledge. Therefore, in our Sampradaya now, because everybody is reading, hearing Prabhupada books, already directly into the sometimes people say, I don't have diksha. Wait a moment, already you have linked to Prabhupada. Because we are all reading his books and we have got guidance from them. Already we are linked to Srila Prabhupada. Already we have been linked. Siksha, which is not less important than, rather it is more important than diksha. See, that's very important. So this should be very clear. So this acharyas, sometimes when we say that you chant Hare Krishna mantra, you read Bhagavatam, you worship Radha Krishna, you go to Goloka. This is sometimes not supported by other sampradayas. But don't worry, this is a solid sampradaya. No sampradayas could touch it. Here it is, Ramananda is gone. Here Madhva itself became into the sampradaya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself has personally defeated the Shankara sampradayas. Philosophically, it's very well sounded. In fact, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally wrote only 8 shlokas, which are called Shishtashtika, which actually in second explains the whole philosophy of Krishna consciousness. So if you can't remember anything, those 8 shlokas we should remember. Chetodarpana Marjana Mahamavara Nirvapara, beautiful shloka, we should remember the way. Because by that we know we are within the philosophy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's simple, 8 verses. At least you can remember. And it gives not only the philosophy, even the practice. Tiranada, Visuri, Chaina, Taru, everything is there in the 8 verses. And that's all Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wrote, nothing else. But then, people may then doubt the foundation of this whole practice of Krishna consciousness. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told the Goswamis, the 6 disciples, right now. And these 6 disciples went to Vrindavan and wrote, abused. Therefore, when you go to Vrindavan, we should therefore orient people who are the 6 Goswamis. Because we went to Vrindavan, all we saw in Vrindavan, here was the Bhajan Kuti of Sanatana Goswami, here was the Bhajan Kuti of Rupa Goswami, here is the actual Samadhi of that's what we saw again and again. And so many Bhajan Kutis are. Samadhi will be one. And Samadhi also is the real Samadhi, then Pushpa Samadhi. So all around Vrindavan you see this Goswamis, Pushpa Samadhis and Samadhis and Bhajan Kutis. Correct? If you don't know who they are, you will not value it actually. You don't know who they are, what work they have done, and they are actually, so this way the proper visit to a place, there should be some kind of an orientation. Similarly, when we go to this place, we will prepare. I think we can start from next Sunday itself. To orient the people about the place we are going, that is Sri Lanka. In fact, Mayapur also, if some people are interested, flight tickets are now, we were lucky we got for 6,000. Even train you cannot do up and down. We're trying now for people to train. 6,000 is coming for non-AC, forget AC. From here to Bangalore one train, from Bangalore to Calcutta one train, from Calcutta to Mayapur one train. Up and down itself is coming, same as we got air tickets. So that was lucky. But still somebody wants, and because air tickets are now expensive, they plus 13,000-14,000 come by train. Because some of us have taken the SpiceJet, which is very dangerous. So we have taken backup train tickets also. And also we were reaching late. So it's good we will reach a little early to make all the arrangements. 2-3 days early we are reaching now. So, and for ladies we have got special suit directly arranged by Jayapataka Maharaj. Special suit there. It's impossible in this time. Navdeep Mandal Parikrama. It's very, very impossible. It's very crowded. But it's an opportunity where some 20,000 devotees come. It's a massive opportunity. Chant with them, to dance with them. It's a beautiful opportunity. So this is the essence of Krishna consciousness. Coming back to Shloka, is that somehow, therefore Prabhupada when he went to America, what he did was that he did not speak anything. He was doing Harinam. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu adopted this process. In public, first Harinam. Don't speak. Nobody can understand anything. And people, if you have the rules and regulations, they get irritated. You should not do this, you should do this. That's the mistake everybody does. This rule, that rule, that rule, that rule, that rule. Who wants to follow? Yeah? And without any expectation. People get irritated. Particularly the modern generation. So what Srila Prabhupada did, because he was going to attract the youth, they will revolt if I tell rules. Prabhupada, if I told them 4 regulative principles, and they would have taken the next shift and said, Swami just said to go. So what Prabhupada did was that he did Kirtan. And somehow, Rupa Goswami says, Yena kena prakayena mana Krishna. Somehow or another fix the mind of people of Krishna. That's what Srila Prabhupada did. And people are here. So nice. And then what happened automatically? People became so. And then, Prabhupada had just like we have this place, a hall. Prabhupada had a hall like this, that's it. And he used to stay not upstairs, there was no upstairs. This was just a kind of garage. Where there was this temple, small hall, there was a temple. And he used to stay behind in a small flat room. He used to stay first. There was no, and here was like free for all. So many people used to stay. That's why ISKCON started. People used to come, somebody sleeping there. And it happens, one scholar came to that place. His Prabhupada memories is there. He came to that place and he was talking to people there. He could not understand that they know anything about Krishna consciousness. They were just there. Just knew, and Prabhupada used to morning, evening hold kirtans, and they used to be very nicely enjoyed. They were just getting to hint of what the philosophy this is. Slowly Prabhupada little telling them. He said that this is the man who was making difference. Otherwise I was surprised what is happening here. They don't know ABCD of what they are following. Because they just new people. Prabhupada was not opening out. Slowly he was opening out. And one fine day Prabhupada put on the board 4 regulative principles. You see how cleverly, just like you give a medication to somebody, if the person cannot handle that heavy medicine, it's not correct what you have done. You give a child a heavy dose, child will collapse. You have to give him first strength to handle that medication. Definitely 4 regulative principles is a great thing, but a person cannot handle it in the beginning, just to throw on his face. Correct? That's a mistake to do it in preaching. You have to preach to a person according to what he can handle. We expose that area of Krishna consciousness that he can handle now and appreciate now. And as his faith grows, you tell something more. So then he comes to this other fundamental principle, he has to comply. And then one day Prabhupada told you have to accept me as Guru, and Guru means you have to worship him like God. God. Each one was like a bouncer for them. Carefully, gradually. Where are these people who are so, we can say, repellent to obey anybody, put their head down to anybody? They had a law in the hippies, they're mostly hippies, don't listen to anybody above 30. And here is Prabhupada 70 plus. So, but he had an art. That means 30 plus people were in their own country. Their own elders could not talk to them, and a person from another country. And the way Prabhupada was dressed up, everything was like somebody come from a Jew for them. Just can't understand or relate to it. His English was also like they can't hear his accent. Just like when you hear American accent. Some of us who have not seen the American movies, we find it difficult to catch it. An American comes and speaks, so many times it happens. Even the Bhanu Maharaj comes speaking, some people find it difficult to catch his accent. Because not used to other accents of English, they struggle to understand it. Imagine he was speaking what is called Binglish, Bengali accented English. And they were struggling to understand. everything. They still surrendered to Prabhupada because he knew the art, how to bring them in Krishna's temple. You know the art. I knew that. So similarly, there's Matpara, so much of it. In fact, when Prabhupada used to come to his room, on the way, people will line, drunk, drugged. And when Prabhupada used to come walking in the evening, they used to just wait. This is the surrounding you stay. And if you were there, we would also have taken a lot light on it. We would have got influenced. Where a great virtue of Radha Krishna and their eternal estate is going to be. And rather, they were touched every day. He is doing his worship to Radha Krishna. They were watching him so devoted to something. Actually, devotion is only to Krishna. So-called devotion we have to anything else in this world is a show. Heart of the heart, there is no meaning. Sometimes they see some high crash happen, people howling, crying. They see some sincerity there. Actually, it's not possible. When a devotee cries in separation of Krishna, and here somebody is crying a separation family member, there is a difference of mountain. You can't compare. Devotees also cry in separation from Krishna. You can't even believe that. And when Acharya departs, they also feel separation, intense separation. There is a song we sing, no? The song is there. I break my head on the stone where the Acharya has gone. We sing on the every Disappearance Day. Jainilo Premadana. You don't know. In fact, Ramanadara asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is the greatest pain? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Ramanadara, what is the greatest pain? It's the pain of separation from a great devotee. It's unbearable, unbearable. When you become devotee, you will come to know how it is. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, the hint is there. Every time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to leave one place and go to another place. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left, he was at the Shantipur, at the house of Advaitacharya. After taking sannyasa, they had taken him. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, no, this is not looking good. After taking sannyasa, surrounded a family member, including mother. Wife was not there, but including mother. Everybody was there. It's not looking good. What kind of sannyasa this is? So, Chaitanya Charitamrita, you have to leave. Beautiful. So he said, now I'm going to go. You allow me to go. So mother says, first thing, this is the last opportunity I have. Allow me to cook for my son. So the last 10 days, Chaitanya said, she cooked there for over days. And every day he used to have 3 hours Harinam in the house of Advaitacharya. Ecstatic, every day. Prabhupada said, that is how every grasa should have Harinam in his house. Prabhupada said. And then when he was going, Advaitacharya starts walking behind him. Tears. Advaitacharya is also such a great personality. Either way, he's a combination of Mahavishnu and Shiva. Either way, he was in intense separation. He was crying and crying. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stopped. He said, if you cry like this, these people will die. Take care of them. So he came back, all the people had fainted. That is where you feel the love of Krishna. Krishna goes. Just like the residents of Vrindavan, we don't know them. We can't even believe that happens. Krishna just went away from Vrindavan. They have their own children, most of the people except Yashoda. All the people fainted. Once you have touched Krishna, when Krishna goes, boom. So it's a long way to go, Bharatanacha. The heart has to be pure. Okay? You have to feel the reciprocation of Krishna. You have to feel Krishna is in my life. You have to feel love of Krishna. And then the real life starts. Then these emotions which you are seeing in this word, separation, meeting, I was just seeing the Air India crash and all people crying, they showed the photo of people. Definitely, there is pain, no doubt. And as Vaishnavas, we also feel. Paradukha Dukhi, we also feel. It's not good, why all these things happen. But that's the nature of this word. Padam padam yat vibhadam natesham. When you accept to live in this world and you want to settle down in this world, be ready. These things are part and parcel. It comes together in this world. At the same time, this is not real actually. The real is when you feel separation from Krishna. That's real. It's real. Here they look at each other's face. Oh, it's crying so much. Sometimes a relative died. People, in the whole atmosphere, you also start crying. And you have to cry, otherwise they say, why he's not crying? But in Krishna, it's naturally from the heart it comes. So we have to take shelter of this Madhpara, the great devotees of the Lord. And then there is a hope that we can also taste real emotions. Srila Prabhupada ki.